Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
All right. So I would love to introduce, and we are working through track 3, and I will introduce Frida Vissuet. Correct? Is that how to say it?
Yes.
Awesome. And Frida lives in San Diego, California. She is happily married to Ruben Arizmendi.
Right.
Oh, cool. Born to a spiritual but not religious family from a very young age. I knew who I was, why I'm here, and where I'm going. That's interesting. I'm a prenatal yoga instructor, a doula, a lactation consultant. I'm a Montessori guide. I have a degree in child development. Currently, an extraocular vision instructor. Wow. Teaching and reminding young children of what they could see as toddlers, opening their third eye. She's an active member of the Action for Unity of Mankind and the Work United. So with that, we'll turn the time over and let me know if I can help or what you need. And thank you for being here, Frida.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Is not my computer too high? You can see my head only, or in the screen.
If you can
see the whole screen. Let me see if I can lower this a little bit.
Maybe higher the seat just a hair.
I was either lower.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
I am moving the camera a little bit. I see.
Yeah, that looks good.
Let me find something.
Oh, I see. It's tipping back up.
It's the camera that moved. Yeah, I'm gonna see this transparent thing. But it doesn't.
I think that went the other direction.
Wait one moment.
That turned us higher. Now we're looking up at the ceiling.
Oh.
We need to go to the back side.
Something happened to the camera. We were moving the back. Let me see from the back. See if I can fix it from here. Is that better?
Yes, I think that will be a little better.
Okay. Yes, I will go my well, and thank you for the introduction. It was very, very wonderful. And mainly, I will start a little bit. I am the 6th of 7 children. And I was a young mother, very young. And I started with prenatal yoga because I got pregnant and took those classes. And then when it was time to teach, because I thought it was wonderful, just wonderful experience I had. And in my birth, it was like, wow, I need to do this for other mothers. I had my instructor was my doula. The doula is the one that goes and cheers you on while you are giving. So it was wonderful. And then I went into learn that, and I taught yoga. And then as the time came, I went to Japan also. My first child was born in Japan. My first child was born in Mexico. My second one was born in Japan, and my third one was born in Europe. I know, in the United States actually, and the fourth one was in Europe, but the fourth one didn't come. Anyway, when I went to Japan, I got pregnant, and I went to the doctor, and I told the doctor I want this and this, about 10 things that I wanted to happen at the birth, and he says yes to everything. And because he says yes to everything, then I say, and can I teach yoga, prenatal yoga here too? And he says, if you give a birth with a smile on your face, then yes. and then and I did. Actually, they had a recorder because he connected with the TV, and the TV got interested in making a documentary about it. So they made a documentary, not only of the method of prenatal yoga, but also of the birth and all of that. So I did give birth, pushing, but between pushes, I smile. And especially when the baby came. In any way, after that, I came to US, and I have been here since 1978, and I started teaching prenatal yoga, and then in a clinic, and then the hospitals and the people kept calling me to teach here and there, and I started teaching everywhere. But in the way, I was studying everything I could. Infant massage, to teach the parents how to massage their babies and their children, because when they massage them, then they have this special bonding that is very beautiful. Not only the bonding, but if the baby is going to get sick, the parents already know, because they know their body. And also massaging them is like telling them the best for your body. So, but it's done with respect, and it's done in time and all of that. Well, anyway, I teach. I also learn how to teach classes for the mothers how to take care of themselves before and after the birth, and also the babies, how to take care of them after, and all of that. And my major in school was, in college, was child development. So I kind of was all around families, single mothers, and children. And I came across my niece's husband. He's a doctor, but he's a special doctor, just like Dr. Yugandhar. That they are doctors, but they combine this spirituality into their science. And I came across this method, or he came across, and he told me about it, of extraocular vision. And he told me, you might be interested in this. And I say, yeah. So he started telling me about it. And yes, I say, definitely very interested. And then he told me, but the only classes you can do is one-to-one. You cannot teach many children at a time. And then I say, So the first question to my instructor was, how do I become instructor of instructors? Because we need this, because this, everybody, when we are born, we are capable of seeing farther, and we are capable of hearing too, and all many powers that we have when we are born, because we just come from the universe, and so we remember all that. And then, but we forget because of parents and limitations, and then later on school and everything else. So we tend to forget. So this system is made up to remind the child that they could see before. So it's just like remember, you could see. And so it is also developed to get rid of traumas, because when we get rid of traumas, we are more pure, and that pureness reminds us of that state. And also is made to not only for the children, but also to the parents, because after we are 1 hour with the child, then we talk to the parents. In the class, there is also a kind of a psychological test of the child. So we know what recommendations give to the parents to start applying to that child. And they will have to change as the as the child change, because then they can keep up with that child and they can keep the talents that he is developing. And so it's a class kind of for the child and the parents, which is, I think, is very, very wonderful, right? And these children, because we are in this spiritual world, I can tell you, it's a leap, quantum leap step in consciousness. That expansion that we were talking about is, whoa, expands incredibly the consciousness of the child. So imagine living with children like that is just wonderful. Now, I will mention here all the benefits that this one has. But what we do actually in the class is we cover the eyes of the children, and it is, I have special things that they totally cover. There is no way they can see. And then after we cover the eyes, then we start the class like that. First playing with their energy and activating their energy. And then getting rid of trauma, and then a psychological test, and then we give them things to see, to see what they see. And we give them, could be a book, a magazine, a card, but they start seeing colors, then they start seeing shapes, then they start reading, then then as time goes by, they can do many things. If we have a method of learning timetables in half an hour, they will learn timetables in half an hour, the whole timetables. And so, you know, they are in this state where they can just kind of remember what they knew from past lives. So they can just, you know, like, oh, okay, I knew that, you know, and then they can catch up on things. And of course, I am explaining you consciousness and past lives and all of that because we have this public here. But in reality, I don't mention any of that to the parents because I don't know where they come from, or I have very much respect for everybody's beliefs and all of that. So I just give some of the benefits of what they have. The children, my teacher, which is a teacher from Mexico City, and he developed this system. His name is Noé Esperon, and he does these classes and these. He has a lot of experience, and he all of this he has discovered over time too. You know how the children are. Oh, and he teaches children from 6 to 12. Now he can teach this for teenagers, and we can teach this system, and for adults. The only thing is that from 6 to 12, he will guarantee that the children can see. And when they teenagers or adults, then they cannot. Some they do, some they don't.
Oh, wow.
But most success with the children. And for me, I decided to make it easier. I just teach children from 6 to 10. And that way I have success most of the time to, for them to see, because it's easier for them to see. The younger, the better. The first time I went to a class with him, they, I knew that the children see and everything, but just seeing it in person, I work with a 6-year-old, and just seeing the first class, she's already seeing colors and shapes, and then she's already recognizing letters and reading, and also she's drawing in the whiteboard. It was like, whoa. When you see it in person, it's like, whoa. Even though I knew it was going to happen, but just seeing it is like, whoa. In any way, the benefits of some of the benefits of this class, besides expanding their consciousness, it strengthens their willpower. So whatever they do, they will, whatever they decide to do in life, they will have this power, this willpower to do it. It activates the extraocular vision. They have this mental development. In other words, if they express their intelligence regularly, with this, they will express, a larger intelligence in everything they do. Wow. You will notice that. The teachers will notice that right away, too. And then they operate like in an alpha state. So it's different how they do. They memorize more. They remember better. They think more creatively. So they are more creative in anything they do. Even if they are playing basketball, then they think that they will do this. One time I was teaching a child, and this is not only for totally healthy children, it's also for children that have different abilities. I was teaching a child who had Down syndrome, and his age was 16, biological age, but his mental age was like a fifth grader, like a 10-year-old. And he right away saw and everything. And actually I found his mom I found them in the gym where I go. And then the gym has a swimming pool and all of that, the steam room where I like to spend time. And also it has a basketball court. So after the classes, during the classes actually, I found them again, and I had a scarf in my gym bag. So I say, how about if I put my scarf and you shoot some baskets? And yeah, he did it. And I had a video on it. So it is so nice to see how they can see things like that with their eyes closed. And there was my teacher told me about a child who had very, very thick glasses and can hardly read, and but he could read like very, very fast with their eyes closed. So it's something incredible how they change. And there are many children who pee in bed or suck their thumb or do things, dyslexic, all of that, all those things go away with this system. Wow. Also, they, of course, improve in academics. One time my teacher was telling me about a child who says, he put an exam and in 5 minutes he finished and turned the exam in. And he was there because she was teaching the teachers how to teach this course in this school. And then at the end, the teacher asked him, did you cheat? And the child, yes, he says, yes. And I say, and then he says, how? My instructor asked him, and he says, the book that was in the teacher's book that was on the desk closed. I saw the answers there. So it's incredible how they start seeing more and more. And actually in the classes, one of the things we see them we tell them to see the walls of the classroom, but later we tell them to go out, and then later on go out and see the plant. Like first we ask them to see their face and everything, but later on go out of the planet and see the whole planet, see the stars and everything, and they can do that. It's incredible. It's wonderful. Well, anyway, they also eliminate the traumas, and so behaviors will improve. They will have an opinion. They will start thinking more mature, even though they keep on being children, but they will have an opinion, a wise opinion sometimes, too wise. And there was another child that another teacher aide had, and she says that the child came into the class and she gave, this was in the second course. The first course is 10 classes, and then the second course is another 10 classes, and like that. But the first course, so this child was in the third class of the second course and gave him a paper, and she started reading, and then, wow, this was like a Shakespeare level writing. And she says, did you copy this? And she says, no, I wrote it from here, from my house to here.
Wow.
So they tap into things that, whoa, so they sometimes they anticipate events. My teacher told me that one time there was this child who, how they put to gallos, how you say gallos? The male of the hen. What is the male of the
Rooster?
hen?
Rooster?
Roosters. In Mexico, they put these roosters to fight, which I don't like it, but they do. So they fight with each other, and the father was asking him, and they bet, just like in boxing and things like that, they bet, and the father was asking the child who's going to win. And the child knew.
Wow.
But he told the teacher, and then the teacher says, sometimes make mistakes, so he keep on asking you. but things like that, they know, they kind of know what is going to happen. Not in everything, but in some things. Now, with the expansion of consciousness, also they will be more responsible at home. How we tell the children, clean your room, and all of a sudden they say, my room is clean, how else can I help you, mom? And then you say, what? And things like that, They will, in school also, what they do is they get bored because they catch up the information so fast, but then they start helping the teacher to teach the other children or to help the other children. But we do need the schools. There will be one point that we need new schools for these children. And then in society also they come, more consciousness. They become consciousness that we are all one. So when you are that conscious, you will treat each other like a light and like a god, like a goddess. And so it is wonderful. They will have a positive attitude. They will avoid making fun of people and situations. They will not be exposed to bullying. They will see an improvement in interpersonal relationships. Also, with the strengthening of the willpower, they will have more focus at school. Also, they will have more concentration of what they are doing. and they will be more firm in their convictions, also be more purposeful. They will have more of, purpose, and then be self-motivated. Also be less influenced by negative environment, which is wonderful. How many mothers and fathers are worried that our children will go out there and be influenced, but in a negative way by others, right? So these children will know more of not to get influenced, and then they will be original, be authentic, and be happy. And so it's wonderful. All of these things are wonderful that they accomplish. When my children were small, I was reading A.S. Neal, which is Summerhill. I don't know if you ever heard of that book, but these psychologists say, why do we ask so much of our children? Why do we want them to do, a big list? We want our children to be this and to do this and to so many big lists. And then she says, why don't you ask for them to be happy citizens? And when if they are sweeping the road, it's fine. If they are very intellectual in the universities, whatever they do, or if they are artists or whatever they do, just make happy human beings. And I say, yeah, that's true. I want my children to be happy, to be healthy. I was vegetarian since I was 10 years old. Now toward veganism, but I was always aware that my body was the temple of the spirit. So keeping it healthy and not going into drugs or all of that, it was, question.
I noticed as you talked about that with the age, and it was interesting for me to stop for a moment and go, okay, how much of that can I remember? How much of that, and as we spend more time not remembering or being away from that, how much more difficult it is to get back. Frida, I thank you so much. Are there any final remarks that you would like to make? We need to move on to Benjamin King here in just a moment, but thank you so much for your time.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, I am sure that whoever sees this later on will have a lot of questions. And one day you will see me around the world teaching instructors. But for now, I am teaching children in San Diego. Somebody asked me in Orange County, if I get together for you 10 children, would you come and once a week? And I say, yes, I would. But if you have any questions at all, or if you want me to direct you to my teacher or anything, the best way to contact me is by phone. And my phone number is 619-843-0701. And you can text me or WhatsApp or whatever is easier for you. Or leave me a message and I will answer.
Awesome.
My pleasure, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Frida.
And you're having a wonderful host. Thank you for what you're doing for the festivals and the World United, which we are all one, and we are going to expand in 2022 more and more. Thank you, thank you, thank you.